sure that learning outcomes improve. Given the state of the world, we want to see the expertise from this particular school being replicated in schools all over our planet so that the world becomes better for everyone. That is why I congratulate this school for what it does and hope that those listening can take away conclusions as to how they should actually approach their own improvement journeys. Thank you all for participating, and I look forward to seeing you in many of the other events this coming week. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for supporting this incredible work, without whom we couldn't have put together this global showcase. Thank you, and I wish you well for this event.
Fast-paced social, economic, and technology-driven change is redefining our world. And having a broad range of skills such as...
Hello, my name is Vikas Potter. The reason why we're organizing this global showcase for World Education Week is we believe that schools have incredible expertise in making sure that learning outcomes improve. Given the state of the world, we want to see the expertise from this particular school being replicated in schools all over our planet so that the world becomes better for everyone. That is why I congratulate this school for what it does and hope that those listening can take away conclusions as to how they should actually approach their own improvement journeys. Thank you all for participating, and I look forward to seeing you in many of the other events this coming week. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for supporting this incredible work, without whom we couldn't have put together this global showcase. Thank you, and I wish you well for this event.
Fast-paced social, economic, and technology-driven change is redefining our world. And having a broad range of skills such as creativity and problem solving has become far more important than being able to memorize information. To redefine how our children learn and to empower them for the future, parents, teachers, and policymakers must stop overlooking a powerful part of the solution: learning through play. Play is the rocket fuel of child development, and there is a growing body of evidence to support that play is fundamental for children's positive growth and well-being over time. It is also an essential way to foster the skills required to thrive in today's world. The LEGO Foundation aims to build a future in which learning through play empowers children to become creative, engaged, lifelong learners. To do so, we work with a range of partners around the world to change the hearts and minds of all of those who influence children's lives through our programs, research, and advocacy, so they can all embrace the transformative power of play. Examples of what we do include making sure that caregivers, practitioners, and policymakers understand the importance of play, investigating, testing, and scaling new ways to bring play-based learning into homes and schools, using play to help millions of the world's most vulnerable children cope with adverse childhood experiences and toxic stress, or conducting research with some of the world's leading research institutions. Please visit our website and follow us on social media to learn more.
Language connects us all. It's how friendships are formed, ideas are shared, and lessons are learned. Language is how we find understanding and express love. It's how we communicate our successes, both big and small. It lays the groundwork for learning and growth. And for an increasingly diverse student population, it can be the key to achievement in school and beyond. That's why Rosetta Stone Education is dedicated to language and literacy. We offer solutions designed to support teachers and their emergent bilingual students, recognizing and celebrating the knowledge, culture, and languages they bring to our classrooms. Our products are founded on the adaptive blended learning model for individual needs, continuous progress monitoring for better learning outcomes, and culturally responsive pedagogies for more inclusive classrooms. With solutions aligned with proficiency standards, We support language learning while exploring academic subject areas, paving the way to better outcomes. Because for all of us, language is everything.
But we rarely listen to them. Therefore, I am truly excited to join the T4 World Education Week to hear from teachers and school leaders all over the world how we can impact learning together. I'm particularly looking forward to the global showcase. 100 schools sharing their expertise and best practices, I believe, will be a huge motivation for other schools around the globe. I'm equally impressed by the T4 Solutions Challenge, its finalists and their solutions to real-world issues in education. This gives me hope that we can, together, turn around education globally. The Jacobs Foundation is a proud supporter of the T4 World Education Week because we share a vision to reimagine learning and education by bringing together the brightest people who understand how children learn. Let's do this together.
Hello, my name is Vikas Potter. The reason why we're organizing this global showcase for World Education Week is we believe that schools have incredible expertise Thank you all for participating, and I look forward to seeing you in many of the other events this coming week. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for supporting this incredible work, without whom we couldn't have put together this global showcase. Thank you, and I wish you well for this event.
Fast-paced social, economic, and technology-driven change is redefining our world. And having a broad range of skills, such as creativity and problem-solving, has become far more important than being able to memorize information. To redefine how our children learn, and to empower them for the future, parents, teachers, and policymakers
Today we're bringing our fifth cohort together. When I see them today, it gives me so much hope that we have so many young and energetic, curious minds wanting to make a difference in the country. So I'm personally very excited for today because this is the largest group of people we've ever brought into the program.
Where I come from, access to education is quite low. Looking at what Lead for Ghana offered, I thought it was a very great opportunity to contribute my quota to the change.
I'm very happy to be here because here I have seen people who have gone through the fellowship. I know I have an insight into what they have experienced, and it makes me eager to start the training.
Hello, my name is Vikas Potter. The reason why we're organizing this
Yeah, I'm on mute. Hello, everyone. Welcome to World Education Week 2020. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you're watching us from live. I am Avis Akofa Ajakojo, and I am your moderator for this session. I'll be doing this with Hamdia Mahama. Today's discussion promises to be very exciting as we bring to you the expert opinion of our panel members who are poised to share their thoughts on the broad theme, deepening family and community engagement. By the end of this discussion, we hope to share with you some scalable practices that can be replicated in your schools worldwide. Welcome once again from all of us at Lead for Ghana and at Ave Afiadenyigba DAGHS. Now, here's a brief introduction to what we do at Lead for Ghana and at Ave Afiadenyigba DAGHS. Ave Afiadenyigba DAGHS is a Lead for Ghana partner school located in the Akachi North District of the Volta region of Ghana. It is one of the highest performing schools in the district. Lead for Ghana is a member of a network of organizations working hard to expand global access to excellent education. The parent organization is Teach for All. And what Lead for Ghana fellows do is to assist or support underserved schools or schools in under-resourced community to rise above their challenges. And some of these challenges are under-resourcing, truancy, understaffing, teenage pregnancy, early marriages, and the like. What Lead for Ghana fellows in Ave Afiadenyigba have particularly been devoted to is girl child education. This they have done through initiatives such as the Chidepo Girls, which is an after-schools initiative that inspires girls to be confident. Another initiative is the Hope for Girls Foundation, and which was set up for teen mothers to support them with material and financial capital and to encourage them to move beyond their limitations. In this showcase, we'll be sharing expert views and highlighting our 5 main expertise as a school. We urge you to bear with us if there are any technical hitches, even as we transmit this session live. Our technical producers are working around the clock to ensure that there's a smooth run of this event. You can also get interactive with us via the Q&A box. You can tap on it, share with us your comments, your feedback, and your questions. We'll be glad to read them, and we'll be glad to answer any questions that might come up, even as we discuss our main theme for today. You can also follow us or join in the conversation via social media through our hashtags, World Edu Week 2020 or hashtag Lead for Ghana. You can follow Lead for Ghana on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn on at Lead for Ghana. And you can follow Vikas Potter at LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter via at Vikas Potter. Our main discussion for today is going to be bordered on the re-entry of girls into schools post-COVID, and we have a wealth of panel members who are going to help us understand the intricacies of girl-child education, even in this COVID-19 era. I'll hand over to Hamdia to tell us who we have on our panel for today. Hamdia, over to you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's program. We are so excited to have you all here. Today, we'll be having 3 amazing guests joining us to share their thoughts and insights. The first of our guests is Madam Augustina Akumujaka. She's a district girls education officer for the Akachi North District in the Volta region of Ghana. She's a professional teacher with a first degree in Ghanaian language and a second degree in educational administration and management. She has been the girls education officer for the district since 2015. She is very passionate about girls in the district, and under her administration, many teen mothers have been reintegrated back into schools. Thank you so much for joining us, Madam Mojaka. Our next guest for today is Mr. Patrick Kamiyah. He is the Assembly Member for Ave Afiadenyigba electoral area, who doubles as the presiding member for Akachi North District in the Volta region of Ghana since 2012. He is a mouthpiece for persons with disability and their involvement in decision-making for nation building. His strong advocacy has removed the stigma that associates with persons with disability in the Akachi North District. Again, he's a Democrat who believes in consultation, and so he has so much passion for everybody's voice to be heard in the development drive. He also has a first degree in integrated development studies. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Patrick. And last but not the least, guest for today's discussion is our beautiful student, Anita Sakachi. Anita is a final year student of Ave Afiadenyigba D. She is 14 years old and she served as a girls prefect for the school. Prior to assuming a high office, she had always demonstrated a strong sense of leadership by strictly adhering to rules and regulations and encouraging and influencing others to do the same. So Anita, under her leadership, has advocated for both boys and girls to be treated equally with regards to the distribution of work and roles in Ave Afiadenyigba D basic school. Thank you so much for joining us, Anita, Madam Mojaka, and Mr. Patrick. Do enjoy the rest of the show. Over to you, Avis.
Thank you very much, Hamdia. We have such an impressive we have very impressive members in our panel, and we are very sure that they will bring on board their expert opinions on the discussion that we are going to have today. A quick reminder to continue to keep your comments and your chats and your questions coming in. We'll be very glad to read them out. Our main topic for today again is the re-entry of girls into schools post-COVID, the role of community. And our first question goes to our dear girl child coordinator, Madam Augustina Mujaka. Thank you once again, Madam, for agreeing to be on our panel. Our question is this: there have been a series of discussions pertaining to girl child education since the onset of COVID-19. One of the loudest voices in the discussion is the African Union Commission, and in one of their conversations, we got to realize that schools provide safe spaces for girls, and now that schools are closed, girls are at a heightened risk of falling prey to elements such as teenage pregnancy, child trafficking, and the likes of those elements. What are you doing with regards to leveraging on your relationship with teachers and with traditional media to ensure that girls are protected even whilst they are out of school and at home?
Thank you very much, Madam. I'm most grateful for the opportunity. And as a matter of fact, I want to appreciate the work of Lead for Ghana in our district, Akachi North. The team is doing a marvelous work. the 3 schools that you are currently in the districts. Anytime we visit the schools, we are so much pleased. We are happy about your work. We want the whole world to know that Lead for Ghana is doing marvelously well, tremendous work in our district, and we are proud of that. Now, to the topic, re-entry of girls, the role of the community. No school can function well. Let me say no school can function 100% without the community involvement. When we are talking about community involvement, we are talking about all the stakeholders having their hands on deck. We are talking about the opinion leaders. What can we do? Which roles can we play? And play it effectively. It's not just a matter of being a leader. It's another thing to function in the maximum expectation with the resources available. So we are so much grateful. When we look at the situation as the question narrated, a lot of things are happening, like the child trafficking, the teenage pregnancy. Recently we conducted a research and we realized that most of these girls are pregnant during this COVID-19 period. But the issue is, at the moment there is a challenge. The first question is, what do we do? So as the district girls education officer, the first thing to think of is the teachers who are in these various communities, who are in the schools. It's good to note that we have school-based facilitators in every school who take care of these girls. We don't work only with the school-based facilitators. We also work with the SHEP coordinators in the school as well, and the guidance and counseling coordinators in the school. So these are the arms that girls' education is using. So before school resumes, we are in partnership with these teachers to ensure that we have a good environment for the girls. When we are talking about good environment, they need safe and sound environment. We are all convinced that some are coming back with pregnancies, some are coming back with babies. What is the school environment like? So with these 3 categories of teachers that I have mentioned, we have engaged them and we have made them to understand that as GES, we implement government policies. The policy says if a girl is pregnant, the girl can equally be in school. If the girl is nursing a baby and the girl can, she can be in school with the baby. All supports put in place. So I am organizing meetings with these 3 categories of teachers to ensure that as these girls come back to school, things are favorable for them so that teaching and learning can be very effective. If I talk about Lead for Ghana, your support is marvelous. Like the group that you are having at Ave Afiadenyigba, it is an opportunity for me as girls officer to liaise with you so that as you are doing already, if possible, some of the girls that has typical challenges will visit the homes of these girls to ensure that that consciousness has come back to them, that they are students and they must behave as such. That is why as a district, we are so much impressed about the menstrual capsule that you distributed to the girls in your catchment areas recently. The girls come to me and told me that they are so much blessed. You opened their eyes, you didn't just give it to them, you gave them education. That's wonderful. Fantastically well, you guys are doing well. And as I mentioned earlier, the communities have roles to play. That is why we are also using the traditional media. I'm talking about the information centers that we have across the district. We are using these information centers to educate the parents and the adolescents themselves. You know, parenting is one major thing that if we start talking about it now, this program can never come to an end. Good parenting, for that matter, we are educating the parents to exercise some kind of control over their children. They should provide them with their needs. It will interest you to know that some of these girls even go for boys, go for money from the boys because of part, as I mentioned, that you distributed to the girls. So we are using the media also to educate the adolescents themselves. We realize that some of them, their expectations are so high. They want to wear this, they want to wear that, they want to be in this group, that group. So the education is going to the parents and the adolescents themselves. And currently we are engaging the traditional authorities. We are engaging the chiefs in all the communities. We thank God that UNICEF is in the district, and UNICEF has formed a child protection team. I am representing GES in this team. And you know, per my schedule, as we go, we are always on these girl-child issues. And it will marvel you that the chiefs are very cooperating. They are ready to listen to us. They are ready to take actions when necessary, even coming out with bylaws in some of the communities. Currently, the engagements we have with them, we are so much impressed. We realize that they are the owners, the sole owners of the communities. So we can't do much without their involvement. The chiefs in their catching up, I'm proud of them for their support as far as girl-child education is concerned. And one of the things too is I am using the political leaders. I'm cooperating with them. Let me use the right word. I'm cooperating with the political leaders. I'm in partnership with them. Over the years, they have been supporting the work so much as far as girls' education is concerned. The last 2 years and last year's, we organized International Day of the Girl Child. The MP supported this program. I'm talking about the Member of Parliament for Catching Up, Honorable Peter Nochu Koti. He supported twice. And we organized quiz competition for these girls. They came together from all the circles. We gathered at the district capital for the grand finale. It was marvelous. And the winning participants, as far as the circuit that top, taking it into consideration, the MP ensured that all the participants that made their way to the district capital to take part in the grand finale were sponsored a trip to the parliament. They had a nice time there. Kudos to the party. And we also thank the assembly members so much as we are engaging them. When we have issues in any school, we quickly fall on the assembly members, and they are helping us. So we are putting all the necessary measures in place so that in case these girls may have some challenges, handling these challenges will not be a challenge. And as I mentioned, UNICEF, we also have international needs. International needs don't go out without GES. So I'm equally with them. Currently, we are in 5 communities and we are talking to the parents. We are mentioning it to them that child abuse, when we say child abuse, we were focusing so much on defilement and rape. And we were giving them sufficient education. You know, when this happens in some communities, you realize that they say, oh, he is our leader, he is this, he is that, he has done this for the community, so let's put it under the carpet. We said no. The communities that we engaged recently, they were contributing marvelously. And we all reached a consensus that in case of this trafficking, rape, and defilement, the issues should be reported to the police, and these perpetrators should be dealt with. as the law demands. So there is no need hiding anything anywhere. We are interested in the success of these girls. We want these girls to be safe and sound. We want to see them becoming prominent women in the future. And that is the only thing that we are proud of. So as District Girls Education Officer, I'm liaising with all these. And we are also grateful to Savannah Signatures. You know, they are giving them training. Some of these girls are out of school. They have nothing doing. Some gave birth along the line. And Savannah Signatures is helping them have a skill. Some are into hairdressing. Some are learning tailoring and a whole lot. Even some, they are into engineering in the district. So these are the things happening. And the focus is that we want these girls to resume school without hinges. We want these girls to resume school without hinges. And where we have challenges, we have all these links available so that teaching and learning becomes successful in the district. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
You're welcome, Madam. Thank you so much. You are doing a tremendous work in the district, and we are happy to note from what you said so far, your partnerships with various civil society organizations, your partnership with traditional rulers and religious authorities to ensure that the members of the community are aware of their roles in respect to protecting the rights of girl children. And kudos to you and your team for the good job that you are doing. I would want to ask a follow-up question, just briefly. What are the measures you are putting in place to track girls who do not return to school when school finally resumes? And what are the interventions available for them?
Thank you. Tracking them, as I mentioned earlier, we have the school-based facilitators responsible for the girls in every school in the district. And we also have SHEP coordinators and guidance and counseling coordinators. So these are the organs that I will use to ensure that those who are not even in school, what we can do to bring them back to school, in case they have challenges, ways that we can use to ensure that these challenges that they are having are addressed. And concerning those who may come with pregnancy, as I mentioned earlier, the policy says if things are okay with them, they can be in the school with the pregnancy, they can be in the school while nursing their babies. So we are doing everything possible to ensure that as school resumes fully in January, we don't have challenges. And even areas that will have the challenges, everything is under control. So we would like to tell the whole world that the girls in Akachinov are in safe hands, and we are so passionate about their future. We are so concerned about anything that may happen to them that may not be in the right direction. And we pray that they cooperate with us so that we have a smooth running as far as education in the district is concerned. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Mojaka, for sharing with us, and we are very happy to note that there are efforts to receive girls and to check up on those who do not return. I'll go to the comment session. We have a comment from our colleague in Ukraine. She says, "Nice to meet you, dear colleagues. Greetings from Ukraine. Have you any problems with computers for your students, and how do you solve them?" So I believe that the response has come from what Madam Mojaka was sharing earlier, that Lead for Ghana fellows in various communities such as Atamve, Takuve, Postmonu have made efforts to build computer labs and library facilities for the students in the district. And we are very happy that Some schools have close to 20 computers, 15, 10, and our students are enjoying the resources that they are being provided with. So I'll move on to my next panel member, who is Mr. Patrick Ahiabu, the Assembly Member for the Ave Afiadenyigba constituency, electoral constituency. And here's your question, sir. We are pleased to have you on our panel. By August 2020, many African countries were on lockdowns and their institutions of education were closed down. Close to 20 million students are out of school because of the lockdowns in Africa and in Ghana. There's a worrying trend that many of these students will not return to school when schools finally resume, and many of such students will be girls. What is government's response to this worrying trend, and what are you doing as political authority to replicate government efforts in your district in terms of resourcing schools? And how are you partnering with all the many NGOs that Madam Mojaka has mentioned, especially Lead for Ghana?
Thank you very much for the opportunity and then to be part of the World Education Week 2020. And I'm happy to be here. Let me use this opportunity to sell my district to the international communities. Akachi North is one of the districts created in 2012 with population of 29,777. According to 2010 population and housing census, and it has a population growth rate of 2.4%, which is far lower than the regional population growth rate. It has 27 kindergarten schools and 27 primary schools, 27 junior high schools, and a sole senior high school. Again, Akachi North chopped some successes in our existence from 2012 up to today. In 2017, Akachi North was assessed and judged as the best performing district in the Volta region per the local government service assessment. And also, the whole Ghana, we occupied the 4th position. Yes, there is nothing good and there is no follow-up, something differently. So Akachi North in 2018 and 2019, per Ghana Health Services District ranking, occupied a 1st position in teenage pregnancy, which is a sad news for the district. This has brought so many NGOs to the district. And now let me come to the main point issue. Now, government has put so many strategies in place. Beyond that, successive governments over the years started putting some strategies in place towards the achievement of Goal 4, that is quality education for all. I will add for all. So by so doing, today it is yielding dividend. Notably among them is the cheap compounds built almost in most deprived communities in the district. That is not all. Some schools which were far dilapidated and schools under 3 were also brought to light by having a very good or magnificent buildings as their classrooms. Government moves further to provide furniture for their sitting arrangements, which yields a lot of dividends for the situation at hand today. Government today is providing face mask because of the COVID-19. Government again providing detergents to our students in both deprived and less privileged homes. Again, government is providing sanitizers, one hot square meal a day for each student who are in school for now. We know that over the months because of the invasion of the global pandemic, COVID-19, our school started to open from stage by stage. The university had their terms when the final year students went, wrote their exams and exited. And then that one followed by the senior high schools, which also went to the school and wrote their final exams and do same. And then it trickles down to the junior high schools, who were about 2 or 4 nights ago. They also went back to school and then wrote their examination and exited. Currently, as I'm talking here, our second year students at the junior high school level are now in school, who are benefiting from things like this. And now the question boarded to address the issue of the first year students who are at home. What are we doing to them? Who are at home. So what do we do for them? Now the government he tasked the SHEP coordinators, the girl child educators, to be going around to communities at the town hall meetings, at the various places where they can get these people with the involvement of the chief, the politicians, civil society organizations, and others to come in and make sure that these students got a better environment to dwell in before school reopened finally when the COVID-19 is well checked. Again, the NGO led by Learn for Ghana. Let me pause more. Learn for Ghana. Oh, sorry. Lead for Ghana. It's a slip of tongue. Those viewers watching, I'm sorry for that. Lead for Ghana has put in place a very good strategies to augment the existing measures that government is putting in place. Women Development Center is currently ongoing at Postmon, which is a cost-sharing event. The community is providing labor. The Honorable MP also provided some form of assistance, and then the Lead Ghana is doing the rest of the jobs. And also at the same time, library construction at Ave Afiadenyigba and library at Ave Afiadenyigba, which are all these three institutions, these school institutions, are serving as a reference point to other schools who are not under this particular program. So it is a very good job that Lead Ghana is doing for our district. And there are other things that we're supposed to do as politicians, as leaders, as duty bearers. That is, we have to go further to provide stipend for our children who are at home, and even those in schools, so that they can use that one to address some of the pertinent issues affecting their life, especially those from the vulnerable homes. You know what I mean, because we are coming from the rural setting. These people form the majority of the students that we have in the district. And that one notwithstanding, we need to consider the student and address this typical issue, that is the sanitary part, which we don't take seriously in our day-to-day needs of our children. So for that matter, we as a government, we will call on everybody. Government cannot do all. As Lead Ghana is doing, other partners must also come and help us to address some of the pertinent issues affecting our children. But so far, this is what we have put in place and making sure that it is addressing the intended purposes that we have. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable Patrick Ahiabu, for sharing what you are doing in the community, and for even going further to think about ways to strengthen already existing efforts. I'll go to the comment section. We really appreciate the comments that are coming in. Inshira-san says, I'm loving it already, super discussion. And he has a question, the role of parents that can, and he's adding that the role of the parents can never be underestimated when it comes to the discussion of the welfare of all children, let alone the welfare of the girl child. And then there's an anonymous viewer who is thanking Madam for acknowledging the amazing work that Lead for Ghana fellows are doing. And wow, Marian Abdul Rahman is saying, wonderful discussion ongoing. When stakeholders continue to contribute to community development, the results are impressive and collective. Thank you, Miriam, for sharing with us. And Mariam also says our girls will surely be empowered. Joshua is saying that this is a timely, informative discussion. Kudos. And we have a message from Vikas, who is the organizer for the conference, and he's saying many congratulations to you for being selected in the global showcase. And we are very proud of ourselves to have made it this far, and we are saying kudos to all Lead for Ghana fellows, all 2018 cohorts, because of the good work that you have done and for pushing us to this level to be able to showcase our efforts globally. And we'll go to our students. It's very exciting to have a student voice or a student perspective on this whole discussion, because invariably all the efforts that we are putting in place is going to support them, or is going to make sure that their education is not curtailed. So dear Anita, we are very happy to have you on our panel, and we acknowledge the good work that you've been doing so far as a school leader. Our question to you is, what are some of the interventions that you've put in place on your own as a school leader, and how are Lead for Ghana fellows, your teachers, and Madam Mojaka supporting you to achieve your goals even as you lead?
Okay, thank you for having me. Just a few years ago, one of the major challenges of my school, particularly to the girl child, was teenage pregnancy. This was the main reason why a girl child will drop out of school. As the girl prefect and giving the theme for this conversation, I would like to zero in on the girl students. Many people around the world are aware, or at least have heard about the vulnerability of the girl child to sexual exploitation and early marriage. What I think most people are not aware of, however, is the height of the vulnerability of the girl child in the rural areas, such as my community. This accounts for the rise teenage pregnancy in rural areas around the world. At Ave Afiadenyigba, we are very lucky to be a Lead for Ghana partner school. Since Lead for Ghana fellows began to operate in our school, they have partnered with the Akachi North District's Girl Child Coordinator, Madam Mojaka, and undertook both initiatives that have proven to be panacea to the teenage pregnancy and early marriage in our school. It is exciting to say that over the last 2 years, my school has not recorded any teenage pregnancy. Teenage pregnancy cases have surged around the world over the COVID-19 school break, apparently because the girl child has become more vulnerable. It goes without saying that if it were not because of the initiatives Lead for Ghana fellows and Madam Mojaka, a number of teenage pregnancies would have been recorded in this COVID-19 era. Fellows of Lead for Ghana continue to constantly engage students and parents through constant home visits and phone calls, and still continue to implement various initiatives that make a girl child less vulnerable to sexual exploitation and hence early marriage. The community has been influenced to become more active in the protection of the girl child through initiatives from teenage pregnancy, through initiatives such as the Jidepo Girls Club and the Hope for Girls, engineered by the Lead for Ghana Fellows with stout support from other teachers and opinion leaders. Through my recent engagement with the girls in my school in the company of Lead for Ghana Fellows, I am glad to say that we are all excited about returning to school very soon without any girls' education getting wrecked by teenage pregnancy or early marriage. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Anita, for sharing your thoughts and your views with us. We are very happy to note that your engagements with your colleagues have shown that they are very excited to return to school when schools are finally resumed post-COVID. Hamdi, can you tell us what people are saying in our comment section whilst we bring our 5 expertise and conclude our discussion?
Right. We're having some amazing comments here right now. So we have
Okay, so Hamdi was reading the comments, but we had a little technical hitch. We have a comment from Vikas again, and he says, "Go Ghana." And Robertson, he's saying that he missed the discussion at the beginning, but he really wants to watch the recording because this is such an important area of development. An anonymous sender says, "Great discussion." We encourage you to keep the conversations going on social media using the hashtags World Edu Week 2020. Don't let the discussions end here as we are even closing out on our session, but keep us informed, keep interacting with us via the hashtag World Edu Week 2020, hashtag Lead for Ghana, or follow our pages, comment on our pictures and our posts. You can follow our school pages on Ave Afiadenyigba to the World. We have Takuvet Diaries. We have Project DTA. You can follow all those pages on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on LinkedIn. Thank you. So our 5 areas of expertise as a school is 1, partnerships. 2, community engagement, 3, giving back to community, 4, sustainable development, and 5, telling our stories. And from the discussion so far, we've seen how our schools are partnering with NGOs, which are non-profits, civil society organization, local authority, to ensure that our efforts are being sustained in each of the schools that we work with. We see a high level of community engagement through home visits, regular phone-ins to the parents, and using traditional media such as the information centers in the communities to make people aware of what we are doing and to tell our stories, basically. And then giving back to the society, we see Lead for Ghana Fellows giving their all, bringing about great initiatives and ensuring that they are not only working in the schools, but collaborating with the community to ensure that developments in the schools are trickling down into the community. We can see a lot of sustainable developments going on. Member of Parliament is really invested into education, and I believe that that's because he's also an educator himself, and we are very appreciative of all his efforts, especially his efforts at supporting the Women's Development Center going on at Postmonu. We believe that that center would help us rehabilitate girls who might not be able to find themselves in the school system, who might not be well integrated into the school system when school finally resumes. And then we are glad to be telling our stories on social media. And as I've said, you can follow us at Lead for Ghana on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on LinkedIn. We'll be happy to have you. We'll be happy to see your comments, to read from you, and then to share your opinions with our cohorts and with the world. Thank you very much for joining the discussion. Hamdi, if your technical issues have been sorted, we'll take our vote of thanks from you.
Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you, Davis. Thank you, team. What's a very big thank you?
Okay, unfortunately, we are still encountering some technical hitches. Unfortunately, so I'll take the vote of thanks on behalf of Hamdia Mahama. We want to thank all of you for joining us, especially Vikas Potter for putting together this program. We are very happy to showcase our expertise to the world. And then we want to thank Lead for Ghana for supporting us and making sure that this program actually came off, especially Mr. Obed Sam Inshira, who has been really invested in this program. We want to thank our technical team, Mr. Stephen Entry, Mr. Victor Anane, Mr. Richard Kublenu, for making sure that the program was run smoothly without hitches. We also want to thank the panelists, Madam Mojaka, Mr. Patrick Anyabu, and our dear students for making the time to be with us despite all the challenges that have come our way in planning and preparing for this event. We also want to thank everyone for joining us, especially those who joined us live. Thank you very much. Would close out with a message from Mr. Vikas Potter.
Hello, my name is Vikas Potter. The reason why we're organizing this global showcase for World Education Week is we believe that schools have incredible expertise in making sure that learning outcomes improve. Given the state of the world, we want to see the expertise from this particular school being replicated in schools all over our planet so that the world becomes better for everyone. That is why I congratulate this school for what it does and hope that those listening can take away conclusions as to how they should actually approach their own improvement journeys. Thank you all for participating, and I look forward to seeing you in many of the other events this coming week. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for supporting this incredible work, without whom we couldn't have put together this global showcase. Thank you, and I wish you well for this event.
Fast-paced social, economic, and technology-driven change is redefining our world. And having a broad range of skills, such as creativity and problem-solving, has become far more important than being able to memorize information. To redefine how our children learn and to empower them for the future, parents, teachers, and policymakers must stop overlooking a powerful part of the solution: learning through play. Play is the rocket fuel of child development, and there is a growing body of evidence to support that play is fundamental for children's positive growth and well-being over time. It is also an essential way to foster the skills required to thrive in today's world. The LEGO Foundation aims to build a future in which learning through play empowers children to become creative, engaged, lifelong learners. To do so, we work with a range of partners around the world to change the hearts and minds of all of those who influence children's lives through our programs, research, and advocacy, so they can all embrace the transformative power of play. Examples of what we do include making sure that caregivers, practitioners, and policymakers understand the importance of play, investigating, testing, and scaling new ways to bring play-based learning into homes and schools, using play to help millions of the world's most vulnerable children cope with adverse childhood experiences and toxic stress, or conducting research with some of the world's leading research institutions. Please visit our website and follow us on social media to learn more.
Language connects us all. It's how friendships are formed, ideas are shared, and lessons are learned. Language is how we find understanding and express love. It's how we communicate our successes, both big and small. It lays the groundwork for learning and growth. And for an increasingly diverse student population, it can be the key to achievement in school and beyond. That's why Rosetta Stone Education is dedicated to language and literacy. We offer solutions designed to support teachers and their emergent bilingual students, recognizing and celebrating the knowledge, culture, and languages they bring to our classrooms. Our products are founded on the adaptive blended learning model for individual needs, continuous progress monitoring for better learning outcomes, and culturally responsive pedagogies for more inclusive classrooms. With solutions aligned with proficiency standards, we support language learning while exploring academic subject areas, paving the way to better outcomes. Because for all of us, language is everything.
Dear T4 community, we talk a lot about teachers these days, but we rarely listen to them. Therefore, I am truly excited to join the T4 World Education Week to hear from teachers and school leaders all over the world how we can impact learning together. I'm particularly looking forward to the global showcase. 100 schools sharing their expertise and best practices, I believe, will be a huge motivation for other schools around the globe. I'm equally impressed by the T4 Solutions Challenge, its finalists and their solutions to real-world issues in education. This gives me hope that we can, together, turn around education globally. The Jacobs Foundation is a proud supporter of the T4 World Education Week because we share a vision to reimagine learning and education by bringing together the brightest people who understand how children learn. Let's do this together.
Hello, my name is Vikas Potter. The reason why we organize this global showcase for World Education Week is we believe that schools have incredible expertise in making sure that learning
Today we're bringing our fifth cohort together. When I see them today, it gives me so much hope that we have so many young and energetic, curious minds wanting to make a difference in the country. And so I'm personally very excited for today because this is the largest group of people we've ever brought in.
I have seen people who have gone through the fellowship.
Today we're bringing our fifth cohort together. When I see them today, it gives me so much hope that we have so many young and energetic, curious minds wanting to make a difference in the country. And so I'm personally very excited for today because this is the largest group of people we've ever brought into the program.
Where I come from, access to education is quite low. Looking at what Lead for Ghana offered, I thought it was a very great opportunity to contribute my quota to the change.
I'm very happy to be here because here I have seen people who have gone through the fellowship. I know I have an insight into what they have experienced, and it makes me eager to start the treatment.
There is a growing body of evidence to support that play is fundamental for children's positive growth and well-being over time. It is also an essential way to foster the skills required to thrive in today's world.
Wow, good job, good job. Congratulations.